Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today we have another strength episode of getting your hike legs ready for the season. So last week we did a new or beginner hiker video on how to start strengthening your legs to get out on the trail. And this week we're continuing that. So a lot of the exercises are going to build upon the ones we learned last week. So if you didn't see that episode, I'll link it up in the corner here, just so you guys are able to watch that and know what I'm talking about when I say we did this last week and we're building upon it week on week. So let's get started. So the first exercise we're going to do builds upon the good morning exercise from last week. So what we're going to add to this good morning is a squat. So for those of you who are just starting, you want to start with a limited range of motion, do a small squat, hinge at your hips, and then stand straight back up. Squat, hinge at your hips, and stand straight back up. And this should just be building upon that fluid motion of squatting and opening up those hips as you build that strength within your hip flexor. And the second exercise we're going to do today is going to build upon those hinges from last week, but with an open roll. So we're calling these the hip rolls. So what you're going to do is squat a little bit with your knees and open up your hips, turn to the side, back down. Again, you can start with just a limited range of motion as you get your balance and as you get into this. Switch sides, and you're going to continue to do this. And if this feels okay, you're balanced, your hips feel good, just continue to squat a little bit lower and open up those hips a little bit wider. So next up, we're going to do single leg heel taps. So what you're going to do is squat a little bit with your knees and heel tap out in front and back up. And do it on the same side for about 10 reps and switch sides again. You're going to continue to do this. Now, to increase the intensity a little bit, you can squat a little bit deeper into that heel tap and keep going. Now, these ones are actually ones I hear my knees cracking a lot. So if they do, don't worry about it. It is supposed to strengthen that IT band, help with your knees as well. So there's nothing wrong if your knees are cracking like an old lady. And then the fourth one we're going to do is either on your step, or if you have exercise stepper that I'm going to be demoing here today, are going to be an add-on to what we did last week. So last week we did the step ups. This week we're going to do the step downs. And these are ones where you can actually use your trekking poles to help you balance. So I'll demo with both. So you're going to start up on your stepper, step down, tap the floor, and step back up. Step down with the same leg, tap the floor, and step back up. Now, if you want to, again, like last week, increase the intensity of this exercise a little bit, what you're going to do is step down, but don't tap the floor, and step straight back up. Step down, do not tap the floor, step straight back up. And the reason why we want to practice step downs as well as step ups is that the actual intensity when you're going down mountains or going down hills, the actual intensity and the weight that you put on your body going downhill is a lot more. So if you do have bad knee problems, bad hip problems, these are really good ones to help strengthen that. So you're getting better at the descent. And so you can also use your trekking poles, as I mentioned earlier, to help you balance. These ones are really great. Make sure that they're set on high because you're going downhill as high as you can get them to be able to balance and help you get back up. And then the fifth exercise we're going to do are going to be power calf raises. So last week I talked about how important, especially for your ankles and your feet, that calf raises are. And this week we're going to add a little bit of power to it with a tempo move. So what you're going to do is power up for 1, and then count down 2, 3, 4, 5, slowly to get back down into that calf stretch. Power up for 1, down 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can do this also with your trekking poles. It does significantly help with balance when you're trying to do this and trying to get as much power into that calf raise as possible. And remember that you're not only going to do it with your feet facing forward, but you also want to do it with your feet facing out and with your feet facing in. You're going to want to start with 2 sets of 10 and then slowly work your way up to 3 sets of 10. So hopefully you can join me in our next video where we'll talk about flexibility within your lower body to get your hike legs ready for the season.